upcoming Watch as Well as Pray discussions. This will be taking place on Zoom. You must register to be able to be a part of it. It is no cost to be a part of it, but I do require that you be intentional and that you understand that this is not something that is going to be played with. I need you to be serious about your prayer life. Some of us are watchmen, some of us are prayer warriors, some of us have certain things that God has called us specifically to do. And in this season, some things are only going to come by fasting and praying. But do we understand what it means to watch as well as pray, as mentioned by Jesus in Matthew 26:41? Do we understand what he was telling Peter, what that means? So there are some things that we are going to go into in a deeper level of understanding, because listen, even though we may not understand what happens, what goes on in the world 24/7, God with his strategic self has aligned a way for us to be in prayer mode 24/7. And you got to understand where you fit into that time frame, okay? So we're going to break down the 8 prayer watches. Some of you have heard it. Oh, third watch, fourth watch. What does it mean? What times are those watches? Where does this theory come from? How is it that we can participate so that, number one, we can be in position as watchmen, as intercessors, as prayer warriors, but also what we can do during the times in which it is most needed, the most effective prayers, the effective prayers of the righteous availeth much. How can we be effective? So let's get together and let's talk about it. This will be a virtual event. It will be multiple events. I can't even put a timestamp on how long it will be, but I can promise you this. We're going to peel it back. We're going to dive in. We're going to have discussions. We're going to grow together. Our prayer life will improve, and we will understand, why do we keep waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Most oftentimes, there are people who habitually will wake up at a specific time before their alarm clock, have no other reason other than God is waking you up. What is he waking you up for? Well, let's wake up together and see what are the supernatural things that God is trying to do through his people. We read about a lot of supernatural things happening in the Bible, and it grieves me when we think that that was then and it can't be now. So let us hear from God. Let us approach the throne of grace. Let us understand that we serve a God who never sleeps or slumbers. So to be sure, there's room for prayer 24/7. What are the 8 prayer watches? Are you a watchman? Are you an intercessor? Are you a prayer warrior? Well, it's time for the effective and fervent prayers of the righteous to availeth much. And it's time that we avail against the enemy, against the plots, against all of these things that are going on, the spiritual wickedness in high places. All of these things are happening, and we must be prayerful. We must watch as well as pray. Join us on Thursdays at 7 p.m. You must register. It'll be on Zoom. You'll receive the information. Simply go to www.faithbeyondmeasure.org/watch. You'll see the information. Click on the register button. You will see the form open up, and all you have to do is enter your name and email address, and you will receive the Zoom link to join us this Thursday, 7 p.m. Don't miss out. Don't be late. And come with an intention to learn. There's a workbook you can purchase, and I will make that available in the very near future. But you're welcome to purchase this workbook and work through it yourself. Let God minister to you as he does to us all. However, if you want to have the discussion, ask questions, delve into it, fellowship with like-minded people, join us on Zoom every Thursday at 7 p.m. We at Faith Beyond Measure endeavor to share the good news of Christ beyond the 4 walls of the church, and we desire to equip you, inspire you, so that you can go out and equip others with the gospel. Amen. Much love and success.